From his first 4 small crops, he was the #2 sire in North America and Europe on apex figures, splitting Galileo and Warfront. He just looks the part. He exudes class. He looks like Northern Dancer. I mean, it's impossible to get better than that. When you know a horse is this good, you have to be able to push the chips out on the table and to play that hand. He's a superstar.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to Spa Babies, presented by Spendthrift, the Breeder's Farm. I'm Dan Illman, along with Nicole Russo, and Thursday's Spa Baby race kicks off the Pick 6. It's race number 5, 5.5 furlongs on the Mellon Turf course. It is a New York-bred maiden special weight for 2-year-olds, and let's take a peek at this field. Morning line favorite is the number 9 City Man, but I must mention City Man along with the 7 Tapazirance are entered for main track only. We are hoping is about a 50% chance of rain as we film this on Tuesday that this race stays on the turf because there are some intriguing pedigrees to be sure. Nicole, let's begin with the number 1 Turbo Drive, and we always talk about how experience counts in these maiden races. Well, Turbo Drive has experience. He has started twice already. While this dam is by Lemon Drop Kid, I do wonder if there's more of a dirt influence in this family. The sire Tuffelsberg was kind of a dirt sprinter. This is the family of Critical Eye.
Yeah, and a lot of dirt there, but that being said, again, we're filming this 2 days out from the race. We don't know if it'll be able to remain on turf. So with that being said, I kind of looked for what I consider multi-purpose horses here who might be good either way. And I think Turbo Drive is one of those. You mentioned Sire Teufelsberg, more of a dirt sprinter to be sure, but he's by Johannesburg, who was a 2-year-old champion on 2 continents, could run on turf himself out of a Lemon Drop Kid mare. Mike Maker, who can obviously train a turf horse, had this one in an off-the-turf race last time, so the turf intent was there. Going back one more, Turbo Drive finished second in his dirt debut against State Breds. I do think he might factor on either surface, and getting what you might consider a rider upgrade, especially with the way he's been riding lately, to Jose Ortiz.
And this one has shown speed. So breaking from the inside draw, I would expect Jose to have Turbo Drive on the engine as he tries turf perhaps for the first time. And you're absolutely right about Michael Maker. He's simply sensational. The 2 Diane's Impassable is another one that might have a versatile pedigree. We've talked in Spa Babies in the past years that Mission Impassable just excels with 2-year-old runners, 17% winners with juvenile debut runners. Maybe not the greatest first turf stallion in the world, but the dam the dam was a turf winner, and she was also multiple stakes placed on dirt.
Yeah, Mission Impassable, really a terrific 2-year-old sire. Not only just a standout 2-year-old sire in his adopted, state of New York, but he shows up on some of the national lists as well. A little bit more of a dirt sire. I do think you have to look at the female family here. You mentioned some of the runners from this family, and of course you see the versatile Scat Daddy is the broodmare sire.
Number 3 is Power Up Painter going out for the always dangerous Linda Rice barn. And Linda Rice has really started Saratoga hot. Power Up Painter was a hot 2-year-old in training earlier this year, selling for $100,000 after breezing a furlong in 10-1. That is not bad at all for a horse that was bought back for $4,700 as a yearling. Power Up Painter is by Painter, and the dam won 3 sprints. I believe one of those was on a synthetic surface. The dam has also foaled a debut runner. I wouldn't be surprised if this colt comes out running.
He might come out running, and, I really respect Linda Rice with young horses, with turf sprinters especially, but this one has a dirt-type pedigree. I think I would look more at this horse if the race were to come off the turf.
Barley One really intrigues me, the number 4 going out for trainer Michael Stidham. This one is by Animal Kingdom, 18% winners with juvenile debut runners, 20% winners with first-time turf runners. Just a versatile runner, a versatile stallion. This dam won sprinting on the dirt, but the second dam was a stakes-placed turf sprinter. We have versatility on the bottom of the pedigree as well. And take a look at this formulator fact from Michael Stidham. Over the past 3 years with juvenile debut runners in maiden special weights on turf races, at distances ranging from 5 to 7 furlongs, he's 9 for 15, which is 60%, 11 of 15 on the board, over a $5 ROI. Barley One should have plenty of bottom, has been in steady training since April 25th.
You know, I was just going to mention that work tab coming in with that nice steady work tab should have plenty of a fitness foundation, including plenty of works on the synthetic track at Fair Hill, able to take advantage of that. Gets Joel Rosario first time out, and I do think this one should be ready to run early.
Shandian is the number 5 by MC, who is 2 for 11 with first turf runners. The dam was precocious on the dirt, a juvenile stakes winning dirt sprinter, but this dam has already foaled 6 turf runners. None of them have won. I wonder if MC is going to be a good turf stallion. I'm kind of leaning that he'll be okay, especially in these turf sprints.
You know, I think he might be okay, especially as you mentioned. I think you hit the nail on the head with the shorter distance races. Certainly, that's where he excelled. A few things about this horse that really intrigued me was in a race first time out that came off the turf, so perhaps some turf intent was there for Gary Contessa. Second time out, and these ones usually improve after a start. And picks up Javier Castellano aboard for the second start. This one might be kind of, sneaky and eligible to improve a little bit at a price.
I agree. I think this horse certainly can be used at the very least on the bottom of single race exotics. We move on to the 6, Imperio D, a $27,000 buyback as a yearling by Frost Giant. Frost Giant just got off the duck. He was something like 0 for 130 with first-time turf runners. He had a recent first turf winner at Belmont. He is still 1% with first-time turf runners. But this dam has been productive. She's foaled 6 winners, including a turf winner. Still with this kind of pedigree out of a Touch Gold mare, I'm waiting for distance.
You know, I am as well. And Frost Giant, it surprised me a little bit that he's, for lack of a better word, struggled a bit with his turf runners. A very good New York stallion, a decent 2-year-old stallion by Giants Causeway, which you would think would give him a little bit more versatility. But yeah, just all things considered, especially with Touch Gold on the bottom side, of course, Belmont Stakes winner Touch Gold, I'm waiting for distance and perhaps a surface change for this one. That being said, again, we have to talk in terms of these pedigrees in terms of both turf and dirt, since we don't know what surface this race will ultimately be run on. So he would certainly merit another look from a pedigree standpoint should this race come off the turf.
And should this race stay on the turf, I think we must consider the 8 more like it, because this is a very powerful grass pedigree. By More Than Ready, they can do anything, but this dam was a turf route winner. The dam is a half to 3 turf black type earners, a stakes winning turfer named Dancing to Town, a multiple stakes winning turfer named Welcome Dance, and a grade 2 placed runner named Fredericksburg. So there is a lot of turf in this pedigree. Maybe this horse might appreciate more distance, but something tells me this gelding will offer a little bit of value.
I think so as well. And, you mentioned More Than Ready, who is not only very good with his turf horses, a multi-surface sire, but very good with his 2-year-olds, which is no surprise as he was an outstanding 2-year-old himself. You cross it over a Mizzen Mass mare, and that doubles down on the turf pedigree. This one got to work on the turf here at Saratoga on July 8th and turned in, I think, a solid enough 4 furlongs. This is definitely one that merits watching.
The 9 City Man, like the 7 Tap Azirants, they're entered main track only. We'll move to the 10, Fly Away. There are going to be a lot of eyes on Fly Away because he is a half-brother to Disco Partner, who has been one of the better turf sprinters in the country over the last several years. This one by First Samurai. I'm not sure if I love the First Samurais on turf, but how can you argue with the bottom of this pedigree?
Yeah, and, Disco Partner, just such a terrific horse. For the Generazio breeding program for Christophe Clement, who this one runs for, gets Irad Ortiz aboard on debut. First Samurai, another son of Giants Causeway, which you would think would give him a little bit of versatility. Again, I think they're better on dirt, but he is the sire of horses like Lee, who was a grade 1 winner on dirt and a graded winner and multiple grade 1 placed on turf. First Samurai was a good 2-year-old himself who gets a good 2-year-old, the likes of Grade 1 winner Executive Privilege, Grade 2 winner Miss Sky Warrior. Again, a lot of interesting things about this horse who's going to have to overcome the outside post, I think.
And he goes out for Disco Partners trainer Christophe Clement. Here's the formulator fact over the past 5 years. Juveniles on turf and state-bred maiden special weight races going 5 to 7 furlongs. I believe this is also first-time starters. 27% winners, $3.30 return on investment. Okay, if this race stays on the turf, Nicole, where are you heading?
Well, regardless of surface, I like Turbo Drive down inside quite a bit. I mentioned, running that good second in the dirt debut, the turf intent from trainer Mike Maker, who can, obviously train a turf horse, kind of a little bit of a hidden turf pedigree, I think. I like Turbo Drive at perhaps a bit of a price in any regard. If the race does stay on the turf, I think More Like It and Fly Away both definitely bear watching with those, solid turfy pedigrees. I do like Barley One for Mike Stidham if this stays on the turf. Then again, if it comes off the turf, Fly Away might also merit watching, being by First Samurai. And I think I am going to use an exotics, Shandanan, who I think is eligible to improve second time out for Gary Contesso with Javier Castellano getting aboard.
I agree with you on Shandy, and he's going to be my third selection in this race. I like Barley One. I like the work tab, been working steadily, as we mentioned, since late April. Has worked on the synthetic, is by Animal Kingdoms. Just seems to have that versatility in his corner and that sensational formulator fact as well for trainer Michael Stidham. Fly Away probably is going to run well, being the half to Disco partner. I'm a little concerned that maybe he'll take a little bit too much money for a first-time starter, but for me, it's 4, 10, and 5. Staying on the turf, hopefully. Race number 5 at Saratoga on Thursday. It is our Spa Babies race, and Spa Babies all summer long is presented by Spendthrift, the Breeders' Farm.